everyone, welcome to WagerTalk TV. My name is Minty, and I am here with Ralph Michaels at CalSportsLV on Twitter and Brian Leonard at BLeonardSports. This Sunday, we've got the Boston Celtics at the OKC Thunder. Now, we're filming this Wednesday, February 5th, and tomorrow is the trade deadline, and we wanted to touch upon that before we kind of get into this video. So, Ralph, what do you have to say about this?
We're making the projections based on who's there, and obviously that's a big difference if there's a trade. So, not sure if either team is going to be in the trade market, but two of the hottest teams, you look at OKC 15-6 straight up in ATS, the Celtics 7-1 straight up in ATS. You look at both teams in almost the exact same scheduling spot. Oklahoma City has a home game against the Cavs, which they should win. Home game Friday against Detroit. And then they play Sunday, so they have game rest, game rest, game rest, and then they play San Antonio Tuesday, so another day rest. So it's the perfect schedule, I think, playing a day, being off a day, playing a day. But the Celtics have the same thing. They're Wednesday, they're home to Orlando, then they're home Friday to Atlanta, and then they travel here for the Sunday game. So rest is going to negate each other. When I looked at OKC and said, wow, these guys really have been a good team, the shocking thing to me was this. They were 11-1 straight up in ATS on the road, only 4-5 straight up in ATS at home.
Oh, wow.
So, the losses were the Grizzlies, the Lakers, Toronto, Miami, and Dallas. And the way the Celtics are playing, they just got Eric Cantor back. They're playing well with Kemba Walker, who's missed a couple games. I'm sure he's going to be fine by this. He's missed 2 games, the last 2 games. But I look at Boston. They've won and covered 4 straight in the series. If the game's pick 'em, or I'm getting Boston at a pick 'em or a dog, I will be on the Celtics, as I think they're getting their pieces and parts back, and I think Boston is going to be a team that is, to me, going to be the second best team in the East behind Milwaukee.
Oh, okay. Brian, do you agree?
I don't agree. Kemba Walker, as we're talking here on Wednesday, I believe he's out for tonight's game.
Yes.
You mentioned Enes Kanter. I like the parts of Boston. The problem is with Boston, they're always got somebody in their lineup that's always out.
Yeah.
And to me, when you get to the playoffs, you want to be able to play with these kind of people all season long. And it's just one guy being out, it's another guy being out. That's the way Boston's been all season. And you mentioned Oklahoma City. This is a team, when you look at the top records in the league, who would have thought Oklahoma City after the trade they made in the offseason? They've done a tremendous job. I expect this line to possibly be Oklahoma City minus 1.5 is what I'm guessing. So I'm looking to lay the points here with Oklahoma City. And to touch on something you said, you talked about Oklahoma City at home. They're only 4-5 straight up against the Eastern Conference. Now, most people consider the Eastern to be the lesser of the conference. Obviously, you've got the best team in basketball with the record-wise is Milwaukee. But you have a step down after that. And I always take a look at how these teams do when they play teams from the other conference, because some teams actually match up very well with maybe a more running conference. Boston's in 4-4 on the season on the road against the Western Conference. But this is actually the first of 8 straight Western Conference games. And it's similar to like in the NFL when you play your division, you play your conference, then you play your non-conference. So when you're playing the non-conference games, they're normally higher scoring, and they're normally not as intense because you only play those teams twice in the season. And Boston's got 8 straight games against the West, which is kind of rare.
It's a long road.
It's a long. Is
that all road?
No,
or they're back and forth?
No, they play a little bit home and a little bit on the road, but it's. As opposed to Oklahoma City where they got 3 out of 4 at home, the Boston game's a third. So they'll be the schedule is, as you said, but Oklahoma City should have a slightly better because they've been at home the entire time.
Yeah, well, like I said, there are some rumors. Obviously, I was talking to Teddy. Schrader's probably the best backup point guard in the country.
Good play.
If he goes, that's a whole different scenario. But, I was reading the OKC paper, just seeing what they said, and they were talking about Adams, who they changed the whole team dynamic. I don't think they're going to trade him. But, the team does have so much depth that it really does. They really can withstand a lot more injuries than most teams.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you, gentlemen. $9 Monday at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com. All daily packages for Monday's action are only $9, including any 5% best bets normally priced at $40.